Hi student, it's Kate here. In this video, I will show you how to prepare an operating budget for a manufacturing company. So I will use problem 6.24 in your textbook to illustrate this problem. So open the Excel and open the books and we'll start doing it. The first requirement of this problem is for you to create a data box, and I already create the data box in here on your left hand side as the colored box, and you can pause here to create your own box and then you come back and we will start doing it. Now the first requirement is to prepare the revenue budget. The revenue budget includes the sales volume, selling price and budgeted revenue. And in here for the sales volume, we go to the gray box and we click on this cell, which is 80,000 units. And for the selling price, again we go back to the gray box and click on the selling price. And then the budgeted revenue equals the sales volumes and times the selling price. Okay, now go to the budgeted production in units. We start with the budgeted sales, how many kinds that we want to sell during the period, which is 80,000. So again, come back to the original box to get that. And then we add the targeted ending finished good. We look at the green box and then the finished goods in units. The targeted ending is 2,200. And then we less the beginning finished goods, which is also in the green box, and that is 2,000. So the budgeted production will equal the budgeted sales plus targeted ending finished good and less beginning finished good. So that is the budgeted production. Now we move to D, which is the budgeted direct material usage and purchase. So how do we know how much of direct material we will use during the period? We have to base on the budgeted production and based on the amount of money per kind for direct materials. So for nylon, $10 per kind and produce 80,200 kinds. So that is the amount we will spend on nylons. Similarly, ribs, $5 per kite and times the amount of kinds we produce. Similarly, strings times this, and then that is. So here we can have the sum, which is the total direct material usage cost. Okay, now we move to direct material purchase. Again, we start with how much we use during the production. I will transfer the amount we just calculated here. Okay, and we add targeted ending materials, which the green box. So for nylon, for rib and for string. And then I less the beginning direct materials for nylon, for rib and for string. Okay, and then the formula is you take the production and you plus the targeted ending and then we less the beginning. Okay, the same thing you can use for others. So I copy the formula here, I paste here and I paste here. Okay, so what you do when you copy and you paste here is you just copy and paste the formula, not the figures. Budgeted direct labor. Okay, for assembly, we go to the orange box and you know that 0.5 hours to produce to assembly one kind, and we produced 80,200. So we spend 40,100 hours for assembly, and similarly for packaging, and we times 80,200. So we have total of number of hours that for direct labor. Similarly, when we want to calculate how much we spend on direct labor, then we take the amount of money we pay for 1 hour, and then we times the total number of hours. Again, for packing, we pay people 15 bucks per hour, and then we spend 8,020. All right, so again, we can calculate the sum amount of money. All right, so that is for part 1. That's 2 things I want you to remember here. Always use cell reference, because we don't want to go all over the places to change the figures later on if the data input change. Second, always use formula. Never calculate outside, because you use Excel for formulas and for tracking. Okay, so watch the next video for part 2. Thank you.